Tonight, the landscape of the Middle East has been forever altered. For decades, the regime in Tehran boasted of its missile cities, vast, impenetrable fortresses buried deep beneath the jagged mountains of Shiraz and Tabriz. They believed these bunkers were the ultimate insurance policy against the West. But as we speak, those underground cathedrals of fire are becoming nothing more than concrete tombs. The joint American and Israeli operation, codenamed Epic Fury, has entered its sixth day, and the results are staggering. The world is watching as the most sophisticated bunker buster technology in history systematically dismantles Iran's strategic backbone. From the corridors of the Pentagon to the halls of the Knesset, the message is clear: there is no place to hide. But as the dust settles over the smoking ruins of the Iranian desert, we must ask ourselves the difficult questions that the mainstream media often ignores. As our debt soars and our sons and daughters stand on the front lines, what is the ultimate price of this escalation? Are we witnessing the final collapse of a defiant regime, or are we being pulled into the gravity well of a third world war? Tonight, we look beyond the explosions to find the truth about the Israel-Iran conflict and what it means for the future of the American family. What we are witnessing in the Middle East is no longer a mere skirmish. It is a clinical military deconstruction of a magnitude we have never seen. For 30 years, the regime in Tehran diverted billions of dollars from its oil revenues to construct a labyrinth of underground fortresses they proudly called missile cities. These facilities, buried hundreds of feet beneath the hardest granite in Shiraz, Kermanshah, and Tabriz, were designed to be the ultimate deterrent. They believed no Western weapon could reach them. They were wrong. According to reports from the Wall Street Journal, this decades-long strategy has been exposed as a catastrophic failure in less than a week. American B-2 Spirit strategic bombers, working in tandem with Israel and their elite F-35 squadrons, have deployed the GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrator. These 30,000-pound bunker busters are designed to punch through 200 feet of reinforced concrete before detonating, turning Iran's pride into a series of subterranean tombs. Admiral Brad Cooper, the top U.S. commander in the region, confirmed the grim reality. "We are hunting the last of the launchers." This is not just rhetoric. Satellite imagery shows a devastating pattern. The moment an Iranian mobile launcher attempts to exit a tunnel to fire, it is instantly neutralized by armed drones loitering above. With approximately 60% of Iran's strategic arsenal now trapped or destroyed, the Iran-Israel war has shifted from a balance of power to a display of absolute technological dominance. The very tunnels meant to protect the regime have become their greatest liability. As the pressure on Tehran's bunkers reaches a breaking point, the regime's desperation is spilling over its borders, threatening to ignite a firestorm across Central Asia and the Persian Gulf. On March 5th, an Arash-2 kamikaze drone struck a civilian airport in Azerbaijan. Why target a neighbor? The answer lies in Azerbaijan's growing ties with Israel and the administration of Donald Trump. Tehran is sending a bloody message. No one near their border is safe if they side with the West. The sirens have also been wailing across Abu Dhabi and Doha. Shrapnel from intercepted drones rained down on industrial zones, injuring innocent workers, while Qatar was forced to evacuate residential areas near the U.S. Embassy. But the escalation is not just in the explosions, it is in the rhetoric. In a chilling broadcast, high-ranking cleric Javadi Amoli issued a desperate call for blood to be shed for the people of Israel and for President Donald Trump. This is no longer the language of diplomacy. It is the language of a regime that knows its back is against the wall. In response, the navies of Italy, France, and the Netherlands are rushing to the waters off Cyprus to create a Mediterranean shield. Yet, cracks are appearing in our own alliances. Spain has refused to let U.S. planes use their bases for these strikes, calling the mission reckless. It leaves us asking a painful question. Are we standing alone in this Iran-Israel war? Or are our oldest allies losing their resolve just when the stakes are highest? While the explosions dominate the headlines, a silent war is being waged against the global economy, and the American consumer is caught in the crossfire. For the people of Israel, the price of survival is staggering. The Ministry of Finance reports a loss of $3 billion every single week. Schools are shuttered, and tens of thousands of reservists have left their jobs to defend their homeland. But the ripples of the Israel-Iran conflict reach far beyond the desert. Major energy facilities, from Saudi Arabia's Ras Tanura to Qatar's LNG terminals, have been forced to scale back or halt operations due to Iranian threats. The result? Natural gas prices in Europe have spiked 70%, and oil prices are climbing. For you at home, there is an even more direct concern: the disruption of the global aluminum industry. With major smelters in the UAE and Qatar facing shutdowns due to fuel shortages, the price of aluminum has hit record highs in the U.S. This isn't just about soda cans. It's about the cost of your next car, the materials for your home, and the components for our national defense. Perhaps most tragic is the looming specter of civil war within Iran. European officials warn that the regime is fracturing under the weight of these strikes. If Iran collapses into internal chaos, the resulting wave of refugees and instability will create a humanitarian crisis unlike anything we have seen since World War II. This conflict is leaving deep scars on millions, from the families in the Gulf to the middle-class households right here in America. Folks, as taxpayers, we need to look at the hard numbers that the evening news often glosses over. While you've been watching this report, the American war cost clock has been ticking at a staggering rate: $4,400 every single second. In just 6 days, we have spent over $2.3 billion on military operations in the Middle East. To put that into perspective, the money we spend in just one day could fully fund Medicare benefits for millions of our seniors, or save food assistance programs that are currently being slashed in states across our country. It raises a haunting question. How is it that we always have tens of billions of dollars for airstrikes in the Israel-Iran conflict, yet we are told the cupboard is bare when it comes to the essential needs of our own citizens right here at home? While supremacy in the Pacific, we are facing a dangerous multipolar reality. As we pour our strength in, Washington is locked into this Middle Eastern spiral. China is quietly seizing the moment. Beijing just announced a 7% increase in their defense budget, reaching a record $277 billion. They are building a Great Wall under the sea, with advanced sensors and nuclear submarines designed to challenge the U.S. navies to the Iran-Israel war. We risk creating a power vacuum for our rivals to fill. Are we repeating the mistakes of history, stretching our military too thin while the foundation of our domestic economy shows deep cracks? The world as we know it is changing with every news cycle. Whether it is the unsettling prophecies of the past or the cold, hard reality of our national debt, everything points to a single truth. We are living through a defining moment in history. The struggle for Israel is no longer a distant affair. It is knocking on the door of every American home through rising gas prices, the cost of living, and the heavy anxiety we feel for our sons and daughters in uniform. Will the Epic Fury campaign lead to a lasting peace? Or is it merely the first domino to fall in a chain reaction leading toward a third world war? We cannot know the future for certain, but we have a right to demand transparency and a people-first priority for our national interests. With our economy already burdened by debt, financing a prolonged Iran-Israel war is a gamble where the stakes are the prosperity of our grandchildren. Let us hope for a die-hard diplomatic path forward where missile cities are a memory and our troops can come home to their families. Because at the end of the day, the ultimate victory is not found on a military map, but in the peace and security of our own. If you believe that the truth matters more than headlines, please support this channel, comment, pray for peace if you want to see this escalation end. Subscribe and turn on notifications for the most honest, in-depth analysis on the situation in Israel. Thank you for your time tonight. Stay vigilant, stay safe, and may God bless America.